Performance.
It's good.
Because of the lightweight, the strong torque.
It is. It's good.
It works.
Yeah. The feel of the Ntorq 125 is not there. It's a subtle, sophisticated, fast. But can you feel it? I'm telling you, I can't wait to ride this on the street because on the TVS track, all your usual reference points are gone. Right? So I'm correlating from the idea saying I took a scooter from standstill at this end of the track, I ran till the other end, and I have Insta360 footage where I think I'm tipping it at 109. That is a lot of acceleration for an automatic. So basically, in that small distance, which I think is 450 meters or 400 meters, the whole track is 1.8 kilometers. In that distance, the scooter is able to go from a standing start to its top speed. That is not insignificant. Out of which I'm going to say 85, 90 is easily achievable, and then it sort of calms down and slows down a little bit. But it gets to 104 GPS and 109 or whatever indicated without feeling like it is working super hard, which is awesome. But on the Ntorq 125, you would feel all of this work happening, and there is a pro and a con to it. And on the 150, it feels quite refined and authoritative, and there is a pro and con to that too. So I'm telling you that I got off this scooter, and my first reaction was, did I really feel that? Did it do something here, which the Ntorq 125 does so easily? And it was later, because it's Bengaluru and you spend hours in a taxi getting there and getting back. On the way back, I was mulling that idea over. And I'm still not definitively, conclusively decided that this is a superior experience to the 125 or not, because I can see the pros and I can see the cons. But without traffic to deal with, I can't click it into place and say definite improvement or on the same spectrum as the Ntorq 125 for feeling, etc., because this is just a very sophisticated scooter now.
This sounds like my kind of scooter. I'm liking it more and more the I listen to it.
Yeah, so TVS's test track is a really old test track, and slowly the land underneath is starting to move, and there are a few bumps there. When I hit those bumps, I thought, oh, that's kind of stiff.
Oh.
Now, stiff on an Ntorq is okay. But is it too stiff? I don't have a conclusion.
That you won't be able to judge.
I don't have a conclusion whether it is too stiff or not. But I definitely do not have a conclusion that it is AROC stiff. No, of course not. I definitely have a conclusion that it is controlled because it hits a bump and it stabilizes straight away. So I can't see a suspension setting issue. I can see a suspension choice issue. I don't know. I didn't ride it in traffic yet. So I think this is going to feel sporty in traffic. I think it is going to feel quick in traffic. I think it is going to sound nice enough despite all the emissions-related throttling that has happened to the noise. But are you going to say this is as exciting to ride as an Ntorq 125? I'm not sure yet.
To me, it is sounding like it's not going to be as exciting as the Ntorq 125, clearly. But the question is, will you be able to use it more, be quicker with it?
Yes.
And be able to do more without getting as, let's say, worn out?
Yes, I think so.
And that sounds like...
conclusively, I think, yes.
Only thing remaining is the suspension now in the real world, how it ends
Yeah,
up
because the
working.
brakes work. It's super confident in the corners, as Ntorqs have always been. I think, actually, the Scooty Zest, I'm putting the dots together, I think the Scooty Zest is actually the best handling TVS scooter. It gets the balance absolutely right. If I were buying a scooter today, I would actually buy, still, after everything has been said and done, a Scooty Zest. And if TVS were to make a Scooty Zest 250, 250, take my money now. I'll give the money right now. Just make it feel faster and the same as the current Scooty Zest.
Same.
Exactly. I don't want a single change. Yeah. It's the scooter that I have ridden the longest, the happiest, and worn out the most of the undercarriage.
Correct.
Was the Scooty Zest, right? So, since we are on wearing out the undercarriage, so confident that there is a little plastic thingy that sticks out over the, I think, the center stand mount or something, that was scraping in that corner within the second lap. I have never scraped anything on the second lap on that track. It is that kind of confident. So now then I have to evaluate whether is it in my way? Like, is it interrupting my flow or is it not interrupting my flow? So then I had to stop and I had to look at what was scraping, and it was that plastic. And then I said, okay, so until I hear metal scraping sounds, I'll be okay. And then I basically continued to ride it, and I had worn a significant part of that by the end of that.
Does this also have ride modes and stuff?
It has 2 ride modes. There's so once we come to the features and gimmicks and all of this, then the story will start to go sideways as it happens at TVS today.
Okay, no, the only reason I asked was because you said in the Ntorq with the race XP, there's a higher mode.
Yeah, same here. Now it starts to get complicated. Okay. Good thing they've got a integrated starter generator, so this thing starts up without the cranking noise, and as usual, therefore they turn it into a reverse hybrid system, as it were, and there is iGo. They also have the start-stop system.
What?
iGo Boost is then TVS is branding for it.
And what does that do?
I tell you. So basic system, start-stop. Start-stop is available in street mode.
Okay.
Okay, so you can decide whether I have lots of small traffic lights, I keep stopping, so 1 second later if it cuts off we are good, or you can decide that I have relatively whatever and I want to have it idle for 5-6 seconds before it decides to switch itself off, your call. Okay, so this is in street mode. The iGo Boost only activates in race mode. I don't know if it's called race mode, I think it is called race mode. In race mode, then you have boost also, which is some 0.2 kilowatt or some small number like that. It reduces a 0 to 60 by something. This is a 5 ampere hour battery. For reference, the Yamaha R15 has a 4 ampere hour battery. So this is a big battery. And what they're using this big battery for is to give you 2 boosts per charge. So every so many kilometers, the battery is at full, you move full acceleration, you get boost. On a test track, you do not notice the boost at all. In traffic, if you pay attention, you can make out that the difference is there. So if TVS were to say we have a less expensive non-boosted version of the Ntorq 150, I would buy that. Because to me, the delta that I'm gaining from it is not big enough to justify whatever percentage cost that TVS is adding to the cost. But TVS likes to do these technology things, so they have. The Ntorq 150 is a 150, therefore it has front ABS. The rear is a drum brake, so they can't have ABS. So they've retuned the combined braking system and whatever TVS calls it. They have traction control, which I did not play with, so I don't know the details of how well it works. There's supposedly some adjustability built into it. I don't know what that is, because to me, this is not a fast enough scooter to require traction control. And if it had inferior tires, which it does not, if it had an inferior chassis, which it does not, then I would worry about these things. So to me, whether it has iGo Boost or not, whether it has traction control or not, makes absolutely no difference to my purchase decision. Whether these things actually add value, we will figure out when it comes for testing. Now, there is a difference in the horsepower in the 2 riding modes and throttle response. So street mode is more mellow. And if I thought that the sport mode was almost verging on boring in terms of it's so sophisticated that you can't feel much, then street mode obviously feels even more mellow, which is not a good or a bad thing. It is an expectation thing. So if let's imagine that you're a 30-year-old and your father's going to ride or mother's going to ride the Ntorq 150 in street mode, I think it might be actually right up their alley. Whereas it may not be up your alley, so you're having that option, fair enough, and the difference is large enough, which is to me the critical thing about riding modes more than anything else. If I can't feel the difference, then why the hell is it there? The difference is obvious.
Okay.
So you have 10.6 bhp maxed in street mode and 13.2 bhp maxed in race mode. And in race mode, you have crisper throttle response, whereas in street mode, you have mellower throttle response. Now, the CVT tuning is pretty accurate in the sense of it is taut, it is responsive, but Aprilia still does the most hardcore CVT where it feels instant. If you have that kind of instant and sharp throttle response, for example in street mode, in race mode, then I think the Ntorq 150 sporty feeling can be enhanced further. Not a crisis, but there is an opportunity there. So I'm going to say I just can't remember whether the SR 175 has been done as MotorInc first or View at all, but I have ridden the scooter. The engine is the highlight of that scooter. And the thing that I really like about the scooter is it feels as direct as a manual transmission in some ways. You do this and it gives you a response. Most of the scooters build up to a response, which for a 14 bhp scooter honestly is not required. You can just nail it and have it work.
Hello. If you enjoyed this clip, which means you're into good conversations, and that's what we're all about. It's really hard packing in the essence of an idea into a 60-second clip. This 3-minute, 5-minute video would have given you a sense of that, and you can enjoy this entire conversation in its full glory on the MotorInc channel. So why don't you head out over there and subscribe to that, and you could subscribe to this channel as well if you enjoyed it.